U.S. Navy's vital role in maintaining Red Sea security and stability amid global tensions. The U.S. Navy's role in the Red Sea has become increasingly significant in recent years, particularly due to rising political tensions, security threats, and geostrategic shifts in the region. The Red Sea has a highly strategic position, connecting the Indian Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea via the Suez Canal. This route is a major trade route involving the shipment of essential goods such as oil, natural gas, and consumer goods. Control and security over this shipping lane therefore has a major impact on the global economy, as well as the stability of the wider region. In recent years, threats to the freedom of shipping in the Red Sea have increased, mainly due to tensions involving major powers such as Iran and Saudi Arabia, as well as militant groups such as the Houthis in Yemen. The Houthis, backed by Iran, have carried out attacks on commercial vessels and oil tankers in international waters, particularly around the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which connects the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden. These attacks add to tensions in a region already divided by sectarian and political conflicts, potentially disrupting global trade flows. The U.S. Navy plays a pivotal role in maintaining security in the region, contributing by guarding key shipping lanes and conducting regular patrols in the Red Sea. The presence of U.S. aircraft carriers and naval fleets in the region provides assurance to allied countries such as Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates that they have a large force ready to respond to threats coming from militant groups or countries considered as enemies, such as Iran. In addition, the U.S. Navy also actively participates in multinational efforts to counter piracy and other maritime security threats. One concrete example is its participation in Operation Inherent Resolve and Operation Freedom of Navigation, which aim to protect freedom of navigation in areas that are often hotspots for threats. The U.S. also works with neighboring countries in the Gulf region to build stronger maritime security capacity through training, provision of advanced technology, and other operational support. The U.S. Navy's role in the Red Sea also includes enhancing early detection capabilities against emerging threats from the air and sea. The presence of aircraft carriers such as USS Nimitz and USS Abraham Lincoln in the region allows the U.S. to project substantial air and maritime power. These carriers are equipped with fighter aircraft such as the F/A-18 Hornet, which can be used to deter attacks from militant groups and potentially destabilizing countries. Not only focusing on conventional military threats, the U.S. Navy also plays a role in preventing the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, especially involving countries like Iran. The Red Sea, which is close to the main arms trade routes in the Middle East, is an important area in the U.S. efforts to monitor and stop arms smuggling to groups involved in regional conflicts. In this regard, the U.S. Navy works with countries such as Saudi Arabia and Egypt to conduct surveillance and intelligence operations. In addition to its operational role, the U.S. Navy also supports maritime diplomacy in the Red Sea. With its presence, the U.S. can ensure that the major countries in the region, especially the Gulf states, keep open channels of communication and can overcome differences that may arise between them. For example, the U.S. acts as a mediator in the resolution of territorial disputes in the Red Sea, involving countries such as Eritrea and Djibouti, and supports security efforts involving surrounding countries. However, the presence of the U.S. Navy in the Red Sea is not without controversy, as some countries in the region, particularly Iran, feel that the U.S. military presence in these international waters is increasing tensions and triggering more conflict. Iran, for example, often responds to the U.S. presence with harsh rhetoric, as well as threats against commercial vessels passing through the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb. The U.S. presence is perceived as a threat to the freedom of navigation they claim as their right in the region, and this often fuels diplomatic tensions. On the other hand, the presence of the U.S. Navy also has a positive impact in stabilizing the Red Sea region as a whole. For example, the U.S. plays a role in maintaining the balance of power in the region by ensuring that no one country or group can control these strategic waterways. In this context, the U.S. Navy provides assurance that no party can close access to international shipping lanes vital to the global economy. In addition, the U.S. Navy's role in helping countries in the Red Sea region to build their maritime defense capacity is critical. The United States actively assists these countries in dealing with external or domestic threats through military training, provision of advanced equipment, and cooperation in multinational exercises. This is also part of the U.S. strategy to strengthen alliances and partnerships in the region, which are considered essential for maintaining stability in the Middle East. Growing tensions between major powers and rebel groups in the Red Sea make the U.S. Navy's role even more vital. Against the backdrop of political uncertainty in Yemen, as well as threats to freedom of navigation and piracy, the presence of U.S. naval forces in the region provides a sense of security for countries that depend on the Red Sea shipping lanes. Moreover, the patrols conducted by the U.S. also serve to ensure that no illegal activities or piracy threaten the flow of international trade. At the same time, the U.S. Navy also faces major challenges in maintaining its presence in the Red Sea. One of them is the issue of resources, given the increasing number of missions that the U.S. fleet has to carry out in various regions of the world. Having forces spread across the region requires a large logistical commitment, and the U.S. must continually update and improve its operational capabilities to continue to respond effectively to threats. Despite these challenges, the U.S. Navy remains the dominant force in the Red Sea, with a sophisticated fleet and the ability to project maritime power globally. Despite criticism of the U.S. military presence in the region, many countries rely on the security assurances provided by U.S. forces, both through sea patrols and through aerial surveillance conducted by fighter and surveillance aircraft. Through its involvement in the Red Sea, the U.S. Navy not only focuses on keeping shipping lanes safe, but also plays an important role in creating a stable and secure environment for international trade and supporting strategic alliances with its allies in the region.